What happens when a boy gets so desperate for fame that he starts killing people on live streams to attract people's attention? Watch the full recap to find out. For years, a guy named Kurt has been trying to become famous online. On his channel, Kurt's World 96, he does everything from draw my life videos and gaming to shoe reviews and sharing his favorite keyboard shortcuts. He even features his dad, Chris, a DJ who divorced Kurt's mom a long time ago. Kurt decided to live with his mom to support her and started earning money by babysitting. Despite all his efforts, Kurt's videos never attract a loyal audience, unlike Bobby and his channel, Bobby Basecamp. Bobby, who was a kid Kurt used to babysit and now is a famous influencer. Kurt sees Bobby as a friend, but Bobby only ignores him and pushes him away from his camera. After 10 years of failed streams, Kurt reaches a breaking point. He's ready to give his channel one last shot with something he calls the lesson, which is meant to teach people how to gain an online following. He starts by preparing his car with lots of cameras and water bottles, calling it step 1 of the lesson. If you're not documenting yourself, you just don't exist. Kurt will use this car to work as a driver for a rideshare app called Spree. His first passenger refuses to wear a seatbelt and is suspicious of the cameras, but Kurt tells him they are for protection. The guy preaches the gospel of white supremacy, and Kurt worries this could offend his live streaming audience, which currently includes just Bobby. To keep things interesting, he drives more recklessly and encourages the guy to drink the free water. But when he drinks the water, it turns out to be poisoned. Earlier, Kurt even documented the process of poisoning the water without being caught. The man dies in the back seat, and Kurt's only viewer, Bobby, thinks that the kill was fake and was just a publicity stunt. But Kurt's master plan is to make it look like the kills are fake and gain as much fame as possible. Kurt's next passenger is a snippy realtor who leaves her sign in the trunk. After some talk, she drinks a water bottle and becomes Kurt's second victim. Kurt shows the body on camera and even teases on camera that he will drink the water himself. Just then, Chris calls Kurt, asking for a ride, but Kurt just hangs up. He then unlocks the woman's phone using her dead face and gives himself 5 stars on the ride app. He also texts her workplace very rudely so that they don't expect her at work. He then gets rid of the body and picks up a Karen named Mario. Kurt's music doesn't appeal to him. Mario complains about everything and even refuses to drink the water. Kurt detours to pick up another passenger, who is a famous influencer and stand-up comedian named Jessie. Jessie cancels the ride as soon as Mario tries to flirt with her and walks away. Mario then tells Kurt to follow her, and Kurt even offers her a free ride. While driving, he finds out that she's huge on Instagram. He asks Jessie how she managed to do that, and she says that she's simply funny. Kurt continues to ask for help, and Mario keeps flirting with inappropriate pickup lines. Jessie starts recording everything for her social media before leaving the car. She is tired of these two creeps harassing her. Kurt is upset that he lost a chance to be friends with a successful influencer. Suddenly, Kurt changes routes and takes Mario to a nearby construction site. He drives so recklessly that Mario starts feeling sick. Kurt tells him to leave the car to avoid barfing on his seats. When Mario goes out of the car, Kurt speeds up and slams his car into Mario. He goes flying above the car, giving a perfect bloody angle for the camera. Then he dumps Mario's body and cleans the car. Kurt then stalks Jessie on her social media and finds out that she has a stand-up show that night. He sees this as an opportunity to go viral because he's sick of just one person watching his streams. Bobby still thinks the murders are fake because he's a fake creator himself. He always plays fake pranks on the homeless just for the views. Unlike Jessie, who is loved by people for her relatable and funny content. Later, Kurt stops at a gas station, gets rid of the realtor's sign, and refills the tank while arguing with Bobby, who calls his stream boring and suggests he spice things up. Taking his advice, Kurt drives even more recklessly for his next passengers, which are a trio including Richard, Kendra, and London. At first, Richard and Kendra are terrified by Kurt's driving, but London loves the adventure and jumps to the front seat to chat. Kurt takes them to a junkyard, convincing Richard and Kendra to hang out the sunroof for the perfect selfies to post on Instagram. Just as they climb up, Kurt suddenly speeds up and closes the sunroof, leaving them stuck. Just then, some wild dogs from the junkyard jump on them, and Kurt uses a power drill to kill London. Later, he goes to a car wash and calls Bobby for his opinion. But Bobby didn't see Kurt's triple kill and stopped watching the stream because he found it boring. Frustrated, Kurt demands to know why Bobby hasn't given him a shout-out as promised. Bobby suggests he be more like Jessie, who is authentic. Checking Jessie's Instagram again, Kurt becomes jealous and comments that she does not even film her stories vertically. While Kurt is driving to a suburban house, Jessie posts the video she recorded in the car mocking Kurt and Mario. Jessie then visits her grandma and takes care of her while recording everything for her social media. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. It's a fellow comedian, Mike, who is there to discuss work. Meanwhile, Kurt visits Bobby.
Fucking shit right now?
He tells him to leave as he is not his friend or a collaborator. Kurt records what Bobby is saying to show it to his fans. Kurt asks Bobby for a shout out, but he starts insulting him. Just then, Kurt takes out a knife and stabs Bobby as his stream finally gets some viewers. Bobby then grabs a gun and tries to shoot him, but Kurt overpowers him and finally kills him. However, the people think it's all fake. Kurt then hosts his stream on Bobby's feed and even shows himself taking a shower to clean Bobby's blood. Just then, Kurt's dad texts him and says that he needs a ride to a gig. At first, he is reluctant, but when his dad mentions that he will meet a famous DJ, he finally agrees. Kurt picks up Chris, and their awkward father-son relationship quickly leads to an argument. Chris is shocked to find Bobby's gun in the car and scolds Kurt, triggering another argument. When cops are passing by, they hide the gun. At the club, they meet the DJ known as Uno. She agrees to give a shout out to Kurt's channel if he drives her to a taco truck. They find a truck, and he takes Uno's pictures in front of it. Then he goes to buy a taco for her while she gets in the car. Uno finds Bobby's gun and takes selfies with it. She drinks some water, but since it's poisoned, she passes out. Kurt gets back to the car with the food, but finds Uno's body. He quickly gets rid of the water bottle, attracting the cops' attention. He pretends Uno is his girlfriend who is sleeping, and Kurt is asked to perform a sobriety test. Just then, Uno wakes up, and in her panic, she shoots a cop and then runs away. Kurt takes the chance to escape. Soon another cop comes after him. His live stream viewers are now skyrocketing. He drives like a maniac and intentionally crashes into a homeless camp, which sends his car upside down and a few people are killed in the process. Mike is currently driving Jessie to her show. Mike takes the stage, but no one gives a shit about him. Kurt is also hiding in a corner with his gun. Mike introduces Jessie and the audience goes nuts after some of her hilarious jokes. She talks about her spree experience with Kurt and Mario, realizing happiness isn't found in the subscriber counts. Touched by her speech, Kurt decides not to kill Jessie and leaves without doing anything. Now that his spree account is suspended due to his murders, Kurt gets a ride with another app named KWASY. His driver, David, jokes about not being the crazy driver who kills people. Kurt doesn't like this and kills David instantly. Jessie is tired of Mike and calls a KWASY ride for herself. And unexpectedly, Kurt picks her up. He reveals that he is the driver she mocked in her set. Kurt tells her he's taking her to his home to express love and leak the video to finally go viral. Jessie fights back and uses a charger cord to strangle Kurt until the car hits a trash can. Kurt then knocks Jessie with a single punch. He then drives her to his front lawn and asks his audience to decide what to do with her in a poll. The majority votes in favor of killing her. Just as he's about to drive over her, his camera falls and he sets it up again. But now Jessie has escaped. Kurt goes out of the car to find her, but Jessie gets in and drives in his direction. However, she loses control and crashes into his house. Kurt dodges and tries to kill Jessie by suffocating her with the airbag, but she fights back. Jessie then tells the live stream that she needs help, and Kurt's dad, Chris, shows up and is shocked to find Kurt's mom's dead body. It is then revealed that Kurt actually killed his mom before starting the lesson. He then grabs Bobby's gun from the car and shoots his dad 3 times. Jessie tries to escape in the car, but it doesn't work, so she drives forward and crushes Kurt against the wall. The chat tells Jessie if Kurt is still alive, but Kurt is still alive. She lands some final blows by smashing his head with his phone. A flashback shows that Kurt felt like his life's purpose was achieved since 50,000 people are watching him in real time. The chat asks for a selfie with Kurt's body, and Jessie doesn't disappoint. Kurt's case goes viral, and Jessie becomes even more popular. The majority hates Kurt, while some Reddit users see him as a hero. A user reveals that they're making a movie about him called Spree, and the movie ends. Subscribe to watch more movie recaps like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.